Draw life lessons from the works of our national heroes. Prime Minister is now a Hall of Fame inductee, and the OPM joins the National Committee for Non-Communicable Diseases. I'm Simone Wolf with Jamaica House Weekly. As the country celebrated National Heroes Day on Monday, Prime Minister Portia Simpson called on Jamaicans to not only honor the past, but also draw on history to provide hope for the future.
It is because we have such a rich and resonant history why we never lose hope in the face of our challenges. The whole point of celebrating National Heroes Day and National Heritage Week is to remind the nation that our heroes and heroines exemplify the greatness that is within us.
That celebration of history's promise for a brighter future continues throughout October with other National Heritage Month activities. The theme underpinning it all is Our History, Our Strength. The International Women's Forum, the IAAF, saw the icon in Prime Minister Portia Simpson when they inducted her into the organization's Hall of Fame on Friday. The induction award ceremony was held during the IAAF's conference in Vancouver, Canada. Through its coveted Hall of Fame award, the 30-year-old organization pays tribute to women who've made an impact towards improving society, inspiring others, and building better leadership in the world. Other leaders who received the award include Dame Eugenia Charles of Dominica, Margaret Thatcher of Britain, Nancy Pelosi, the first female Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, and civil rights activist Rosa Parks. Before she left the island to accept the award, Mrs. Simpson led Parliament in paying tribute to the late former Deputy Prime Minister Seymour Mullings.
He was a family man and a friend, a people person and a patriot. He saw himself as deriving power from the people. He did not assume power as a right to control others. He has left us a legacy which we must take very seriously if we want to build that better Jamaica we all speak about and desire, that of civility and decency.
In a release, the Office of the Prime Minister announced that Mr. Mullings would be accorded an official funeral. The service is to be held this Thursday at the St. Matthew's Anglican Church in Claremont, St. Anne, starting at 11 o'clock. And Prime Minister Simpson paid her last respects to the late Mayor of Portmore, George Lee. She was represented at that official funeral by the Minister of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change, Robert Pickersgill.
Mrs. Lee, there's a saying in Jamaica that if you want a big funeral, you must live good. I don't think I need to say anymore.
Mayor Lee was laid to rest on Thursday, October 17. He was 74. The Office of the Prime Minister has joined the fight against lifestyle diseases with the appointment of a representative to the National Non-Communicable Diseases Committee. The committee is chaired by Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson. At the recent launch of the 13th annual Reggae Marathon, Sport Minister Natalie Nita Headley explained the OPM's commitment to the committee's efforts.
Physical inactivity is the fourth leading risk factor for global mortality. It is well established that the non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and some cancers are the leading cause of death in Jamaica and around the world. The Office of the Prime Minister's Sport Division wants to play its role in advancing these initiatives.
Mrs. Nita Headley also revealed that the Office of the Prime Minister was looking to collaborate with the Ministry of Health to establish a physical activity technical working group. And Prime Minister Portia Simpson welcomed the World AntiDoping Agency WADA's acceptance of an invitation to visit the island and observe the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission's processes. In a statement, Mrs. Simpson said Jamaica was happy for all the technical support that WADA and the IAAF continued to provide and looked forward to a date being finalized for the visit. According to a release, the Prime Minister wrote a letter on August 5 to the President of the IAAF, which was copied to WADA's President. And since September, WADA and JADCO have been communicating to schedule an appropriate date for a visit. And that's how we close this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Join us next week for more of the happenings coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.